What is going on, my retrospectives? My has been here back with another episode of my thoughts on, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of I don't know, the digital distribution thing or something like that, I don't know, but yesterday, well, not yesterday, I said I was going to do it yesterday and that, but my dad says it's going to be like a movie we had to watch and that before we returned it to the rentals, so I was like, yeah, so I was kind of like busy with that, so we couldn't like do part 2 of the, I don't know, I don't even know what I called it, but I think like Distribution Wars in that, but yeah. But if you guys don't have any context in that, basically, I think a few months back in there, I was planning on like doing like a video comparing like Steam to GOG and stuff like that, and what in my account, I'm not a bit of a controversial person in that, but I'm actually thought about saying why GOG's been in Steam in that, but when I did do the research in that, it turns out that even though there's like some problems of Steam in that, knowing with like Valve and lack of DRM. It has like some. It does have like some points in that. Then like some. Oh my goodness, one ups or whatever. I said. I want to say that they had some more. I think more pros than like GOG and that. But yeah, and also because like Steam is like more popular and that. I still gotta watch that video because I remember I saw a video on my recommendations of like saying like why Steam is superior and that. I should have watched it before I even like did those videos in that. So yeah. So instead, I'm basically just gonna like talk about basically my thoughts on like GOG and stuff like that. If you guys want to know, I'll link down Steam in the description below that. Not the service, but the video, last time's video in that. So yeah. So GOG it's basically similar to me, but unlike Steam in that, unlike Steam, which you have like a bit of more history in that. GOG. Although I've heard of it, I've actually have a recent history in that. So this is going back to like time I heard about Steam and that. I remember I was hearing I think it was like an interview with like not GOG, but G-Man Lives in there, and he said. And he basically like had his things about like he had his problems with GOG Steam and stuff like that, and it was mostly just about like compatibility in there, and say why. And he says that's why GOG is superior in there, and that's like one big one that GOG has. Like for instance, if you have like a game that's unsupported or has problems with your computer in that, you can just like go through like well, what I do is like I remember I had like Unreal. Well, okay, maybe we don't do that. Okay, I'll try. Label said a bit earlier about that, but I remember hearing about saying that GOG's a lot better than Steam because of that, and also like more games that he usually reviews in there. And I don't watch G-Man Lives now in that because he's a bit of an asshole now, so I don't really watch him anymore in that. But I used to watch him back in the day in there, and he used to like play these like review these like FPS games in there. And some of those FPS games in there never appeared on Steam in there. Because I remember like one review is like, hey, I don't remember what game it was in there, but I looked it up and it wasn't on Steam in there. It was on GOG in there. So I was like, oh, GOG's superior to Steam in that. So I checked it out, and apparently, so I did go on the website once in there, but it was like only like two things that was wrong with it. One, it was a bit more expensive than Steam. And two, unlike Steam, which if you guys don't know, I don't know if you guys know about the first part of that, but I talked about like Steam was also the reason why Steam's superior is because of those you can see in the background now I got those Steam wallets in there. And GOG didn't have that actually. You had to like have like a credit card or a debit card in there, which I didn't have at the time in that. Because I was like around this was like around like 2014, 2015. I was like in 2015 in there, because that's when I started watching him, so oh no, 2015, like, I think it was like late 2015, early 2016. I don't remember when that interview was done in that, but yeah, this is like around, I think it was like around like 15 or 16. I think it was around, no, it was like 15 in there back. I was like, no, it was 16 actually. Yeah, and I wasn't allowed to have a debit card until now in that, so yeah. But so GOG was basically, I had that in the back of my mind in that for like quite a while in that, and then eventually, I think it was like around late 20, I think it was like around either late 2019 or early 2020. That's when I got, because that's when I had my own bank account in there, and that's when I signed up for a debit card in there, which has actually been like, and speaking of my debit card in there, I actually can't use it at the moment because my bank's switching over from Visa to MasterCard in that, so I can't buy any like Steam, like GOG games in that. But so yeah, and the first few GOG games I remember buying was Steam. Not Steam, I was basically, it was Doom, basically. So, it was basically Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3 Resurrection of not Doom 3, Doom 3 BFG, isn't it? And then I I basically just brought like all the games that I owned on, like, I started like playing, I didn't even know which ones were like exclusive in it, so I basically just brought like all the GOG, all the games I had on Steam and put on GOG, and then I just realized I'm wasting money on like buying on like two different versions of that, even though like I think one of the I think for instance, I don't think like, even though it's like I don't know both systems in there, I think the GOG one's like quite superior because like not only because it's DRM-Free, it's also like has some like goodies in there, which I don't know if Steam has goodies in it. I think they do now, but Steam, I remember GOG had like a lot of goodies in it. Where, for instance, had like manuals, soundtracks. It had like, if you're lucky, it had like older versions like with Witch Haven in there, and also Blood. I think what was the new port? What's the new version called again? First Supply actually had the old DOS versions of Blood in there, and had like the ones for Mac and Linux and stuff like that as well. And that's something Steam didn't have in that. So yeah, and then it leads us today. And then I think after a while, like after like a year and a half, I basically just convinced myself to just completely like switch over from Steam to just switch from Steam to GOG in that. And there was like a bit of reasons in that. One of them is like I saw a video on like I think it was basically on like the sketchy side of Valve and stuff like that, and about like I saw like some videos of like people like saying they've kind of like avoided like they haven't even bought a Steam game in there. And apparently like Steam actually like takes around a bit, I don't know what percentage it is, but it takes like a big chunk out of like indie developers. More than GOG, I think. I think GOG takes like around 20, I think like 20 or 30% of the cut, just like Epic Games does in that, yeah. And I think I should probably switch over to Epic Games as well in that, but yeah, but I'm not like switching. I'm not gonna like I'm saying I'm not like buying, even though I'm not like buying any games in that. I'm still gonna like, obviously I'm still gonna play games in that on Steam in that. I brought most of the games in that from Steam in that. So yeah, why would I waste my money on like why would I just completely avoid like Steam in that, even though it's like a bunch of like even though it's like a bunch of games I haven't played yet on Steam in that. Which I'm trying to do in that, and maybe after all that's done in there, and after like try and finish them in that, then I might just like completely like get out of Steam in there. And I have, and also most of my I'll say it again, most of my friends are actually like on Steam as well. I'm actually gonna like make a post for like all my Steam friends in that telling to convert just to like switch over to GOG, because I probably won't be active on anymore in that. And also got like I think the GOG oh yeah, GOG what was it again? The GOG oh, what do you call it? I think it's like that's something that Steam has, a client. Yeah, they got the GOG client. I think it's GOG Galaxy, right? Yeah, GOG Galaxy in there. That's the one I own in there. And oh, I just popped up. All right, update now. What is it done? General. Cool. All right, sure. Update now. I don't know how it's gonna affect the video in that, but I just clicked out in there. So I basically have. Let me check. Oh, it's updating in that. I think I have like no friends on GOG Galaxy in there, and that's the yeah. So I'm gonna like maybe one day after like I buy like all the after I buy all the Steam after I play all the Steam games in it, then I'm just gonna jump ship here. I don't have any games on it. It just says add games and friends. All right. I don't have any friends. All right. Oh no, it tells how. Okay, it does actually tell you history in it. So let's see what the first game I brought. It must be like Steam or something like that. All right. Okay, let's go. It has to be like Doom, right? Oh my goodness, I brought a lot of games on GOG. All right. I'm pretty sure the first game was like Doom or something. All right. Huh. Oh wait, those are free games. Yes, the first game I actually paid for. Actually, I started June the 1st, 2020. Alright, and those were like, oh, there's a bunch of free games in there. Okay, so, yeah. So the first game I actually brought on GOG was the first Doom in it, alright? Second one was, oh yeah, the other one was like basically exclusive ones in it. So that was basically Alone in the Dark, Jazz Jackrabbit, Alien Rampage, which is actually like, similar to that. Yeah. I can like see most of them were like ones that I didn't own on didn't own on Steam or were exclusive to GOG, and also better versions like Redneck Rampage and Quake, because those for some reason some of the games off Steam don't actually have like the actual like full soundtracks in it, so that's probably the reason why you have to switch over to GOG is that. So yeah, and yeah, I think some of them are reporting. I believe They're all like having this. I believe I remember hearing about this quite a while back. Is they actually like trying to like. They're basically like having like a program that actually like converts your like not converts but basically like transfers your Steam library to your GOG so they can tell that you already own it and if you want like a DRM version they could do it. But I think I understand. I think I like understand why they're trying to like trying to do it because of the whole legality and also like game developers don't want to like have like two versions of the game, especially if like one is like DRM-free and everyone isn't. So yeah. But I think going back to like what I said before now about like them like playing like having like problems with games and I remember this is okay, a bit of a story now, but I remember buying the I remember quite a while back, and since I got like GOG Galaxy now I can figure out how to like when it was and that. But I remember I brought Unreal, so that was like August 25th 2020 now. I brought Unreal Gold in that, and I remember buying it and I remember playing it on my system in it. Without any patches in it, and it basically, even though people like say it's a lot better, runs a lot better than the Steam version, it didn't run it in that. So what I did was like I recorded I used Bandicam to record the screen net to try to get the right game running in that, and it basically didn't like the whole errors in it. So I used that, I sent them an email, a support email in that saying, hey, can you please fix this in that. Within like around a few hours in there, they actually replied saying, yeah, we'll fix it in there. And then I remember seeing like, I think when you like go on like Steam or GOG in there, the website, not the client in there, they actually like show you like they basically like show you how to like basically have like a little dot saying it's been updated in there. I checked the next day in there and it said Unreal Gold was fixed in there. So I installed the old version in there because this is before I actually because back before I actually knew about, like, the client in it, I actually, like, what I did was basically just download the games in it. And actually, speaking of the games in it, since it's DRM-free in it, I actually brought myself a hard drive. So I can, like, basically back it up. I think, I haven't used it for a while in there, and most of it's only, like, the files that, it's only the, executables in it. They don't have, like, bin files in it. For instance, if you go to, like, GOG right now in there, if you, like, click on, like, the download in there, for bigger games in there, it actually has, like, the executable in there, but also has, like, these bin files, which is basically, like, it's kind of like back in the day when you, like, back in, like, the old, like, when you got, like different, like, there's, like, game that come with, like, with, a bunch of, like, with, multiple, floppy disks, or, like, later on, multiple CDs and stuff like that. It's basically a similar thing in that, because, obviously, I think it's because like download space, and also because I'm pretty sure they want like a 43 gigabyte thing in it, and maybe because like a download thing in it, but I don't know, but I don't know much about file space and stuff like that. So yeah. But I basically like downloaded it and installed it, and it worked perfectly in it. I had like some kind of weird, and it kind of like stretched out. That wasn't like full like widescreen, but at least it worked. And they did fix it, so yeah. And that's really the reason why GOG is like better in Steam in that. And here's another thing that's also better. I should have like said it before in that. Well, I said it before actually, and that is actually basically it's DRM-free. So if you guys know what DRM or digital rights management in that is, it's basically like you're only like, for instance, if it has DRM on it, you can only install on one computer. You can't like copy the files and put onto another computer in that. And that's basically what. And I know there's like some games on Steam actually doing it. But GOG is like something a bit different in it. Even if you have it installed on a computer in it, and it's like, for instance, if you like, well, I said before in it, if you go on like the website and you install like I think that's something like I don't know what it's called in there, but it's actually like a file, like an executable in it. That you basically like, you actually like download it in there, and an executable in it, can like install on a computer in it, sort of like how you can like do it with like for instance, if you can like do it with like old CDs and stuff like that, where you can like pass it around in there. But it's actually basically like an executable file in it. And you can do that, but you can also like, since it's like DRM-free in that, and not only share it, like the executable in that, you can actually like, if you don't want like have install and have like hardware space and like having Windows saying, do you want to install this and stuff like that, because it's like admin rights in that. You can easily just, what you can do is like basically just plug a USB in where a hard drive that's a bit bigger in it, copy like the actual files from that hard drive in it, and put it on your computer in like a separate folder in there, and it'll actually run. And that's the good thing about and that's the good reason about like DRM in it. Because if you do the same with like a Steam game, well, even though I said before in it, some games are like DRM-free in it, but most of them have like Steam's DRM in it, which so it means if you like copy like the files and put it on a computer in it, if you try and install executable on that file in it, it's gonna have like a pop-up saying requires Steam in it. If you get Steam installed in there, it says do you own this and stuff like that. So it's not really DRM-free in there. So GOG is in there. So that's probably the reason why I switched over from Steam to GOG. Even though it's like a bit expensive in there, it's still because of it. Not because of like the friendship, like you can have friends, the community and stuff like that. No, I only did it for freedom. And that's all I did it. And that's the reason why I switched over from Steam to GOG in there. And that's why. What was the last? That was the last Steam. Oh, okay, I'm going back to this website now. What was the last GOG game I brought? How long was that? Alright, so that was this year. Okay, that was in May. Alright. Oh, I can get my money back. Nah, I'm fine. I think it's like a 30 back guarantee. So okay, so that was the last game I brought was like around like a month ago. Yep, that was like a month ago now. So yeah. So I basically did that. I think the last Steam game was like around a year and a half ago, because that's when I stopped like buying Steam games in there. So yeah. So if you guys, so that's basically my thoughts on both Steam and GOG. And for my final opinion, because of like what I said before in that, DRM-Free, I strongly recommend you guys in that, and I'll try and convince my friends to do the same as well, to switch over to GOG. Even though it's more expensive, and also requires you to have like a credit card, stuff like that. I recommend you, for that price, and even though it's more expensive in that, for the price of like just do it for like DRM-Free now. Do it for your friends in there. Do it for archiving, for fuck's sake. Cause come on, video game companies don't care about the history in that. But with websites like GOG and Zoom in that. But I'll get to Zoom later on in that. Cause I have websites like Demon in that, having DRM-Free games in that means you can like preserve these games in that. You can also like preserve like the and also, since there's like goodies in it, I prefer like the manuals and stuff like that in digital form in there. For instance, I believe that for a time, I think like some of the games I actually brought in there got taken down in there, but because it's like DRM-Free in there, even though you can't like buy anymore, or at least it's preserved in there. Unlike Steam, which of course I know when Steam removes a game, you still like download it through it, but still do it for GO. So before I end the video on that, please please don't buy them. Just avoid Steam completely. Go to GOG or Zoom in there, which a lot of people should go on. Even though go on GOG and Zoom in there. I know like Zoom's more like obscure than GOG in there, and Zoom has like more obscure games in there, and not well known games, except for one gaming franchise that for some reason has been removed off Steam, GOG, and every other platform in that. And that is the Duke Nukem franchise in that. So Duke 1, 2, 3D, and what's that platform called? Manhattan Project. 4 Duke Nukem games in that have been removed off every platform, but are available on Zoom exclusively. And it was also like, on Postal 3 in it, but I don't think anyone gives a shit about that game. I brought it, I played it for like a few minutes, crashed, and also it doesn't have like, a client in it, so it doesn't like, so you're not like, guilty if you, it's not like, you don't have to like, feel guilty if you like, it's like a lot of games in it, you haven't played it for a long time in it. So yeah, please, so my final thoughts on it, please avoid Steam, go on, I'll link down the website for both Zoom and GOG. Zoom meaning like the I'm not talking about like the I'm not talking about the web like the what do you call it again? It's like the other Zoom in that. I'm talking about not that Zoom. The Zoom. What was? Oh man, the video chat or the webcam one in that. Not that Zoom, but the web store Zoom in that. I'll put those links down below in that. So yeah. I think that's enough preaching about video game archives and that. So anyway, I'm Matt, and I'll see you guys in the next video.